What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Cosmic Wonder. I'm Warren Thompson. Thanks so much for stopping by the channel today. Right now, a lot is happening in not only the world of Marvel Studios, but in movies and shows in general, as the WGA, the Writers Guild of America, has gone on strike. So therefore, right now, scripts aren't really being written. And of course, this is going to go on to affect production of a lot of movies and shows that are going on right now, not just with Marvel Studios, of course, but in the entire movie and TV industry just in general. And a quick interesting note about this, according to insider Daniel RPK, the reason that they haven't really come to a deal yet is because of Netflix. Apparently Netflix did not want to agree to some terms of the WGA. That's why the strike is still going on, according to Daniel RBK. As if Netflix wasn't already kind of causing enough problems with their new rules about households and sharings and everything. We go and hear this as well, but hopefully things get resolved soon. However, some of Marvel Studios' projects that are in production right now are on hold. However, there is some good news. Some are still going, and it looks like we have finally found out when we are going to be getting our new Avengers team. We haven't really heard much about the new Avengers team, who's going to be on it, when they're going to start to come together. But the project that they're supposed to come in together on is still in production right now. That has not been delayed, so that is good news. And also we have some big news about the directors for Secret Wars. Right now, Avengers Secret Wars does not have a director attached to it, but there are a few names thrown out there who could possibly direct, and there is one director in particular that fans are really pushing for and have been pushing for, and now the director himself is pushing for him to direct the film. He wants to do it. And he directed a very, very successful Marvel movie. So as you see, a lot to dive into today. And if you love Marvel, be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell. We talk about Marvel every single day. We also have a really good giveaway going on. We'll talk about that at the end. And also don't forget to check out our Patreon, our website, and our Discord. We'll link those in the comment and the description down below. Now, like I said, unfortunately, and we'll start with the bad news and go into the good news, unfortunately, some projects have been delayed for Marvel Studios and just Marvel in general. For example, the Marvel Spider-Man series that are going to Amazon, Spider-Man Noir and Silk Spider Society, unfortunately, they are kind of shut down right now until the WGA reaches a deal. So those two projects right now are currently just paused. They're not being worked on. There's no progression right now. They're kind of just playing the waiting game. And the same thing goes for a Marvel Studios project, unfortunately, which is the Thunderbolts. But it's actually not that bad. It's not as bad as it seems, because the Thunderbolts movie is going to be coming after Captain America New World Order, or Captain America 4. There's been a rumor that it's no longer being called New World Order, but we haven't heard anything official yet. But the good news is Captain America 4 comes out before the Thunderbolts, and Captain America 4, luckily, is not delayed right now. Production is still currently going on. In fact, over the last couple of months, we have many set photos and some set videos showing Sam Wilson's Captain America in his new Captain America suit. And we've actually seen pictures of the new Falcon, Sam's old buddy, Torres, who is going to be played by Danny Ramirez, who we saw in the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. So Sam Wilson is officially going to be Captain America and have his own Falcon, which is great because Falcon has always been somebody extremely close to Captain America. But here's where this gets really cool. Captain America 4 is supposed to bring together a lot of different worlds. In fact, it's supposed to be the start of the new Avengers roster. Now, what's interesting is that the Thunderbolts is essentially going to do the same after Captain America 4. They're going to bring a lot of different worlds together. However, the roster is for a very different team. But Variety has recently reported that the Thunderbolts is on hold, but they do also report how all of these worlds are going to start to collide, stating on their website, the movie was scheduled to begin shooting in Atlanta next month and plans to resume production after the strike is resolved. Part of Marvel's Phase 5, Thunderbolts, is set to bring together the worlds of Ant-Man and the Wasp, the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, Black Widow, and the upcoming Captain America installment, New World Order. And that is essentially what is going to be happening for the new Avengers team as well in Captain America 4. The Thunderbolts will bring together the Thunderbolts. So when it talks about bringing together Ant-Man and the Wasp with Falcon and the Winter Soldier, they're talking about bringing together the character Ghost with US Agent John Walker. And when they talk about Black Widow coming into play, they're talking about, of course, Yelena Belova and Taskmaster. But when we flip that and talk about the new Avengers team, which is going to assemble in Captain America 4 before the Thunderbolts, we're talking about Ant-Man, of course, Captain America, and one of the biggest characters that has been rumored to be appearing in Captain America 4 is the Hulk. In fact, many insiders have said that we're going to possibly see several Hulks in Captain America 4, and of course, we're all thinking right now, Red Hulk. So the Hulk returning, hopefully Spider-Man. Doctor Strange, I'm sure, is going to stop by somewhere, and of course, we can't forget about War Machine. He's going to be up to a lot, but just like the Thunderbolts is going to bring together all of these worlds, Captain America 4 is going to be the start of the new Avengers team, where we get a glimpse on how they're all going to be interacting with each other. So luckily, right now, Captain America 4 is still on track. It's still in production. Now, Marvel Studios is known to do rewrites in the middle of production, so if that happens, we might hit a snag, but for right now, everything is okay. And luckily, Marvel really kind of has to deal with Captain America 4 first before they dive into the Thunderbolts. So right now, Thunderbolts being on hold is kind of okay. Not too much delay should really happen there. But speaking of the new Avengers, diving into Avengers Secret Wars, like I mentioned, it seems like there are a few director names out there right now who could possibly get the job at directing one of, if not maybe the biggest Marvel Studios movie of all time. Now, the first one we'll talk about is director Destin Daniel Cretton. If you are not familiar with him, he directed Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. Like I mentioned, this director directed a film that many people love from Marvel, and Phase 4 nonetheless, which was not received that well, but Shang-Chi was. Shang-Chi is one of my top 5 favorite Marvel movies, which really is hard to say because that list does change from time to time. But according to insider Jeff Snyder on the John Roca podcast today, he said that director Destin Daniel Cretton wants to direct Secret Wars. He also threw out some other names of who are possible candidates to direct the movie, and one name he threw out that I really love is Jon Favreau, who of course started the MCU with the very first Iron Man film. He's also been a very integral part of the MCU and Star Wars franchise as well. Marvel loves him, Star Wars loves him, Disney loves him. He is the future of both Marvel and Star Wars, but unfortunately, even though he is a great contender to direct Avengers Secret Wars, it sounds like, from what Jeff Snyder said, he's pretty locked up by Kathleen Kennedy and Star Wars. He's got a lot of Star Wars stuff to do. I gotta say though, he would probably be my choice to direct this movie. He's been with the MCU since Iron Man. He's been a big part of it growing and expanding. He's definitely got the vision. I would definitely love for him to direct this film. But one last name that Jeff Snyder threw out today was Sam Raimi, who is possibly the biggest director that Marvel Studios has worked with. Now, I know some people right away would say, well, Multiverse of Madness was not that good, but let's be honest, that movie was kind of a mess. Production-wise, they had a writer, Scott Derrickson. He wrote an entire script. They parted ways with him. Then they brought in Michael Waldron and Sam Raimi. They had to make a lot of changes. They had to rewrite essentially almost the entire script, and it's just not a great environment to go into when Marvel has already decided on kind of a base for the movie and some key points that you have to use, but then come in and make it your own. And Elizabeth Olsen actually recently expressed frustration in all of the script rewrites. So that really wasn't on Sam Raimi. However, I can say that Michael Waldron, who wrote Multiverse of Madness and who wrote Loki Season 1, is writing Secret Wars. So if Raimi came back, that would be the exact same team from Multiverse of Madness. It would be the same writer and director, but them getting their own project from scratch, writing it the way they want with, of course, supervision from Kevin Feige, I think would be just fine. I think it could be really good, but I think right now, the tier list for me would be Jon Favreau, Destin Daniel Cretton, and then Sam Raimi. But let us know your thoughts about this in the comments down below. Do you have a director you would prefer out of these listed, or is there a director you have in mind that is not talked about in this video? Please let us know all your thoughts down below. Please don't forget to like the video, and if you subscribe and leave a comment, you're entered in our giveaway for a chance to win an Xbox Series X, a PS5, some Marvel Legends items, or some DC items. The winner gets to pick one item, and we pick a winner at the end of each month. We're almost at the end of this month, so a winner will be picked soon. You can also follow us on Instagram and Twitter, and as always, thank you all so much for watching. Woof woof.